How you doing, Dublin? Welcome to episode 2 of the Pigs Kitchen Podcast. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been over a month since my last podcast. I am joined today by one, the only Big MicKG, the original poker gangster. How are you getting on, Mick?
Not too bad, Pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Jeez, yeah, we're finally getting this done. It was a fairly busy month there. I was fucking sick there. There was horrible storms around Galway. They're fucking weather's reflecting the mood. Every time we keep getting better, then it's fucking back to the same. You how do you find getting into a routine? It's very hard for me to get into a routine. Just slept for like 15 hours there.
Oh yeah, it's hard. Like, you have to just discipline yourself.
It's nasty.
It's hard when you're your own boss to get into a routine, but yeah, it has to be done. Like.
Yeah. Did you have a pretty busy month yourself?
Yeah, the UK EPT were in Dublin, so that was great. Played that. The European Deep Stack, played that. The T-Coop was on a few weeks ago, played that.
Yeah, we both done shite in the T-Coop. Our good old friend Paulie D had a good series, alright. Fair play to you, Paul. He was meant to go to the gym with me, and then the last minute he just said, no, fuck that, I'm gonna go play this.
Oh yeah, you were saying that. That was nice.
I think it was the only time I went now in the last month. I've been fucking eating like a pig. It's grand, yeah. Went up and played the UKPT in Dublin myself. It was really well run by Dave Curtis. Fucking no luck in the main now or anything. Did you play the EPT yourself now?
Yeah, played the EPT, busted in like level 2.
Yeah.
I got there like an hour late and I was busted within a half an hour. So that was a bit of a disaster.
What happened? Do you want to talk about? Is it a touchy subject?
No, but yeah, I kind of got killed. Basically, when the second nuts into the nuts, I had aces on an ace 10-10 board, and it was no good.
Not much you can do there.
No, that was it. Like
you got your money in.
Yeah, I went broke. Well, I left myself with like a few hundred chips, but didn't spin it up. So
no,
uneventful, unfortunately.
Hard to spin it up from a few hundred chips, and you start with 30k. Like
it's my earliest ever exit in an EPT. Was disappointing. Like.
Yeah.
First one in Dublin, like playing EPTs the last 6 or 7 years, and finally get to play one at home. The last time I was in Dublin, I just started playing poker and didn't get to play it.
Yeah.
This time I did, like, so I was looking forward to it, and busting in an hour was very disappointing.
Yeah, that must have been massive then, about 7 or 8 years ago. Was that like your first?
I think it was an 8k buy-in at the time, so that was obviously way too big for me back then. Like.
Yeah. How did you get into poker yourself?
Just the usual, like everyone else, I suppose, seen it on telly. Is that your Skype or mine?
I think it's yours.
Yeah, sorry, I'll mute that. No, it's not. It's unmuted here. I'll mute that. There we go. Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, I just seen it on telly, like everyone really, I suppose, back when I was, about 06, 07, seeing late night poker and stuff like that. And that was it really. Just start playing online, free rolls, playing with local pub tournaments. It was spread everywhere then. I was in pubs and a lot of games ran locally around that time.
Oh, you ran your own game in Finglas, didn't you?
Yeah, I ran a pub game myself for a good few years actually.
I'd say that was good crack.
Yeah, Monday night, like €25 in, 25 rebuy. Used to get like 30, 40 players every Monday, so it was good.
And when did you like take it to the next level? Did you do anything before, like college or work or anything?
No, I was a roof tiler. I was roof tiling for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Hard work, like, and I was actually self-employed at the time when I got into poker, and I was making like a lot of money part-time playing poker. So I decided after Christmas I was going to take a few months off the roofing because I was working for my father.
Yeah.
And I said I'm going to take a few months off, and he was like, "What? Didn't know what I was talking about really." But I said, "Yeah, I've been doing well with poker." So I just took a few months off initially, see how the poker would go, and went really well, and just never looked back. And that was it really. Never went back to work.
What advice would you give for people that are just starting off?
Just take it easy. Like, I mean, it's obviously a lot tougher now. Like back then, you could just spin up massive bankrolls. Everyone was doing it. Like every Tom, Dick, and Harry had 100k in a Stars account. Like, but now it's a lot tougher. So I don't know. I just enjoy it, I suppose. Just don't lose anything you can't afford.
No.
Watch a lot of training videos.
Always had a massive problem with bankroll management when I was starting off. Anyway, for sure.
Yeah,
so it's a massive thing.
Yeah, I think everyone does. Yeah. But if you're playing recreationally, though, I think you can take a lot of shots. I'd say, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Or if you have a job on the side, like.
Yeah, if you have a job on the side and there's no pressure on you, and you're just playing for the fun, maybe 2 or 3 nights a week or whatever you're playing, I think, you don't have to be too strict on yourself. Like, it's different when you're relying on it for a living. I think you have to be a lot stricter with bankroll management and stuff like that then. But recreationally, just enjoy it. Like,
Yeah, there was a few times when I was starting off 18, 19, 20, I was going to pack it in and go straight to college. Like, but I wouldn't say I was playing recreationally, but I wouldn't have been playing full time either. It was kind of whatever my bankroll could dictate that week.
yeah.
Then when it just came to Galway, then when I was 21, I had a bit of a role. And then I said, no, I'm going to do this, and I think kind of have to make it work now.
Yeah.
How harder was it to learn back then? Like, because obviously the games would have been a lot softer, and you would have been playing against a lot of good players when you were going for Supernova Elite. So explain to people what that was.
Supernova. Well, I was basically playing a year or two, and I'd switched. I started off on Pacific Poker at the time, playing there. There wasn't. Everyone kept asking me the chat box, "Do you play on Poker Stars, Mick?" And I was like, "No." So I ended up playing on Poker Stars for a year or two, and then I was seeing the VIP program they have.
Yeah.
Supernova Elite, and it's basically you earn 1 million VPPs there, and you get really good rate back from it. Like, it's a good incentive to grind a lot. And I was like, I said I could probably do this, so I just tried to do that, and I done it basically.
Yeah, then you done it the following year as well.
Yeah, I done it 2 years in a row, and then after the second year, I didn't. I gave it up. Then after 2 years was enough. Like, it's hard, it's intense. Some people it's obviously a lot easier if you can play like really long hours, loads of tables. But for me, it was a struggle. Like, it was really struggle for me to get Supernova Elite. So
probably because you always had a really good routine for yourself. Well, yeah. I would imagine so. Anyway.
Yeah.
As you said, you were only playing like up to about 30 hours a week, which is really good.
Yeah, I was never. I think everyone always thinks I played like crazy amount of hours for some reason. I never, like, even back then I was going Supernova Elite. In December, I put in a lot of hours, alright, but like, I mean, the 2 years, I used to take like 6 weeks off a year, really no online poker, so that's a lot, I think. And even when I did play, I'd like take 2 or 3 days off without fail every week as well. So yeah, I'd never had to play a massive amount, like more just volume. When I did play, I'd play as much as I could, as high buy-ins as I could, and as many tables as I could.
That's great. And did you study much in the off time?
No, I didn't, to be honest with you. I was kind of self-taught, never read any books, never watched any training sites, hadn't a clue what ICM was, didn't know what HUD was. Just kind of figured it all out as I was going along. Like,
yeah, I remember I won the weekly TLB myself without a HUD on a TV monitor, like just going for it, like.
Yeah, delighted with that. Yeah, HUDs aren't for everyone. Like, now it's kind of essential, to be honest. I think I'm really relied on a HUD.
Yeah.
But back then, like, there's still some top players now, I think, that don't use HUDs. So they're not essential. Like,
yeah, I think they would definitely be the minority though, not the majority.
The majority of grinders, like playing a lot of tables, obviously you definitely going to need a HUD, but there is a few players who don't.
You had a lot of incentives there as well, with the Battle of the Planets and other things.
Yeah, like, it was great back then. It was like you just had to put in a few hours and just be guaranteed a few £100 every day. It was like free money, to be honest. Like, it was Battle of, you're just constantly money coming in, milestone bonuses, rate back, Battle of the Planets, as you said. It was just money coming from all directions.
I remember one of my heroes I was always watching. It was like the $60 sitting goes the 9-man's, and I didn't understand why certain things were going on or what was happening. And I remember trying to play them myself and not even caring about the bubble. Like, it's all about the bubble, trying to make the money.
Oh yeah, it's really big.
It's a fascinating thing though, and now since the 1st of January they've completely taken away the Supernova Elite program, which is a bit ridiculous.
Shame, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's just a sign of the times, really, with poker. I suppose there seems to be cutbacks everywhere.
Yeah. They've taken away the high stakes cash games, basically. I mean, the heads up ones, and there's the incentive for the best players in the world to play on Poker Stars is kind of gone.
Yeah. I don't know. It's unfortunate, like, but yeah, it's a shame.
Where do you see it going? Like, the future of it all?
I don't know. Like, it doesn't look good, is it? I mean, online poker's been on the decline since 2012, I think.
Yeah.
It's been slowly going down, but hopefully, like, I mean, the first bit of good news in years there recently, Stars got introduced to New Jersey or somewhere, some state in America.
Yeah.
So that's good, I suppose. It's still a long way. Like, I seen it on Twitter, and it was like people were going on as if Stars start accepting US players again. No, it's not. It's a small step, but it's in the right direction for change, I suppose. So that's good.
Yeah, I hope they don't segregate all these different places.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what's going to happen at the start. Like, and even all the countries in Europe getting ring fenced with, like, France and Italy and Spain. It's been a bit of a disaster. Like, since back when I started playing, it's just everyone and was up against the same. But I mean, you never know. Someday, hopefully, it'll come back around. We could definitely boom again, like, at some stage.
Yeah, we went on strike there for the first 3 days of December. I don't think it mattered or done
Yeah, I
anything at
done it
all.
myself actually. I did strike myself, and I was regretting it after a day or two into it. I just felt like this. I didn't feel like I achieved it, and you kind of realise that you're the minority you really are. Like, you think you have this pulling power or something, like, because you play a lot of tables or you've been playing X amount of years, but you're just nobody, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, I
still a
think,
couple of 100,000 players and stars every night, like, and a couple of hundred loudmouths on 2+2. You don't make much of a difference, like.
no, it's like, I don't know. It's scary though to see what could happen. Like, to take away,
It is,
what's
yeah.
next? Like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem too bright. Like, it's unfortunate.
I mean,
The
there's
ads
still,
I noticed as well is really worrying. Like, you used to be sitting in on a Friday night watching sport or whatever, and every second ad would be poker stars or Paddy Power Poker, and you notice they're all just sports books now. They're all like just gamble here, gamble there. None of them are really pushing poker anymore. So
yeah,
that's what we find a lot of recreational people sitting on a Friday night, maybe having a few beers, and they see an ad. Maybe they might go online and play casinos or whatever. Whereas before they might have played poker.
yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely not good for us either.
I just think it's very short sighted, and like, you just don't know what could happen next. Like, it's like, even what do you think of, like, say, run it once, the coaching sites, like, all the tools that are out there to help people get
Yeah,
better. Like, is it just gonna, like, everyone's just gonna get to a point where they know this and they know that, and the games are just gonna get tougher and tougher? Or
yeah. So even by talking to a lot of like older men, like, who play for the fun, we see them a lot more live. They've got completely scared off online, I think, from all the HUDs and all these training sites, and they haven't got the time and effort to be putting into it, so they just kind of give up on it altogether. That's worrying, like.
you need to make it more appealing for
Yeah,
the
for the
regular player, the
recreational
fun
folk.
player.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, it's great, like, when you come to Galway and you go to the casino, the Eglinton or whatever, you're sitting around your heroes or your friends and stuff, and it's still like that. There's
Oh
no there's
yeah,
a lot of camaraderie and there's a bit of crack and everyone has a lot of time for you. Then when you're getting online, it's just you're getting pounded, and
yeah.
I don't know.
You're getting abuse off some clown in the chat box telling you to fucking die or whatever, because you give him a bad beat. Like, that doesn't help either.
No. Well, I think it's making me want to play more live, even though I get kind of obsessed. It depends if which way my grind is going. Say, the last month my routine's been all over the place, but I'm a slow learner. You know, I get there. I have a big, massive yo-yo diet, or I'll have a really good month, and then I'll have a really bad month. I'll be in the gym, and then it's gone back the other way.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
like,
definitely
yeah, sorry, go on.
definitely reflecting my poker as well. I could just see after I'm grinding for 2 or 3 days in a row, it's all starting to come together again, and then I'm going to do something else or have to take a few days off. So it's just like, depending on what kind of month I'm having, I just like pounding and pounding and pounding if it's going well, or even if it's going bad and I feel like I'm playing good. But then the other month will just be the complete opposite. So I'm going to try have a routine and meet in the middle. I think it's very essential.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
some kind of routine going, yeah.
I'm going to try
Yeah,
play more live.
yeah. Live is way more social, obviously. I mean, when you're playing online, you're at home by yourself, stuck in front of the computer for 8 or 10 hours. It's nothing. It's not very, what I mean? You might be chatting to people on Skype or whatever, but generally you're very isolated, When you go
Yeah,
for a game live, you're chatting to people you haven't seen in months, and everyone, oh, what's the crack? It's way more social, like, way
yeah,
more enjoyable. I can see why the recreational players would be much more inclined to play live than online.
yeah,
I mean, you still have way more freedom, I suppose, playing online. You can sit there, you can watch a football match, whatever you want to do at home. You can just spark up a few tables online.
yeah.
So
Listen
they
to a
both
few
have the pros.
tunes.
Yeah, exactly. So they both have the pros and cons, I suppose.
I really like listening to podcasts as well. I mean, they're really good for expanding your mind.
Oh yeah,
You listen to the
definitely.
Joe Rogan yourself, but a lot of people
Yeah,
might know he's a main UFC commentator and he has a lot of interesting guests. I
yeah,
wouldn't say that's where I got the inspiration from my podcast and trying to do something unique, but
yeah.
definitely would highly recommend that. He has all sorts of people from different walks of life on, and it's really good. Um, it's really good for provoking thoughts, and they are very long. They are 3 hours long, and he has a lot of comedians on, so it kind of breaks up your hour. It's just
Yeah.
fun, you know.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, especially for playing online, like what you said, when you're just playing online, you can have it on in the background. I think it's perfect. I don't know
Yeah.
how you'd actually listen to them if you weren't playing online. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't sit down on a random evening and put on a podcast.
Oh no, no.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I don't know. So it's perfect for us being out playing online, but yeah.
I have newfound respect for what it's like to speak for 3 hours anyway.
Oh yeah, it's a talent. He's a TV presenter in fairness, and does stuff for the UFC. So like that's a skill in itself. Like,
They've
But,
do it for years and years and years, I suppose. You know, how do you
yeah,
get good at something, Mick? You put 10,000 hours into it
yeah,
plus.
that's it. Become a master. Yeah. Anyone listening to this, if you've never listened to the Joe Rogan podcast, definitely recommend it. Like, yeah,
And the Joey Ingram for poker, that's really good. And
yeah.
the Joey Diaz one as well.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Yeah, I really like it's a lot more
I swear
lighthearted.
to God, Joe Rogan, he's good. But
Just funny,
his
like.
his is a bit messy though. I think they're just kind of
Yeah, that's what
arsing around, like, you know.
it's nothing serious. Like Joe Rogan's is a lot more. He has like really high profile guests on and stuff, but Joey Diaz is more just a bit of crack, like so easy
Yeah.
listening.
He's one of the funniest people on the planet.
Yeah.
I was also
I went to see Joe Rogan doing stand up actually last year when I was in Vegas, and I was raging, but Joey Diaz wasn't supporting him. I would rather see Joey Diaz, to be honest.
yeah,
He's brilliant on stand up. Like he'd be my cup of tea. Like.
it's very hard to find his stand up online as well.
Yeah, and I don't like watching online videos of stand-up comedians because I went to see Tommy Tiernan years ago actually, the one he made the DVD,
Yeah,
and I thought it was absolutely hilarious when I was there. And I remember watching the DVD thinking, "Jeez, it doesn't even look that funny," you know. If you
no,
watched, like if you'd never seen the show and you just watched the DVD, you wouldn't be in a rush to go and see him. I didn't think. I don't know.
it's a certain level of energy that he brings
Yeah,
to the
there
room.
is. There's something about being part of a big crowd there, and you just kind of get it's. I don't know. It's brilliant. Yeah. Like a sporting event, I suppose, going to see a comedian. It's just funny, like.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend going to see Jimmy Carr. He's fucking
Yeah, I seen Jimmy Carr.
brilliant.
Yeah,
I love the way his mind works. It's just so he's so
really
quick on
intelligent
off the
fucker.
mark.
Like most comedians are obviously, I'd say, really intelligent. You can tell they're so witty, and yeah, Jimmy Carr's really quick. Like, he's good.
So you're planning on playing more live? You're going to play the Norwegian Masters?
I'm going away on Saturday the 5th, coming back the 15th. So 16th, then I think I'll catch a couple of tournaments, Norwegian Masters, yeah, JP Masters.
Yeah, I got the dates wrong. I got the dates wrong, and I'm going on holidays that week myself.
Yeah, I didn't. There's always something on, isn't there? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was booking a holiday with Mrs. a few weeks ago, and there's something on this weekend, something on that weekend. You're always going to miss something, like.
The Irish Open's the following week as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the Irish Open, the JP Masters runs, or the Norwegian Masters runs into the Irish Open this year, I think. So that's good. Like, I think we could get a lot of Norwegians and stuff maybe hanging around to play the Irish Open.
Yeah, JP runs a fantastic fucking ship over that way anyway.
Oh yeah, JP's a hero. Like in the Irish poker community, he's kind of been there since the start running these tournaments, and he's probably the only one without Poker Stars of Paddy Power that's still there running these tournaments, putting in the effort to run his own club, and yeah, he's cool. No, great things to say about JP. Like.
Who's running the Irish Open again?
I think JP is, but it's like Paddy Power running satellites and stuff. Initially, I don't think they were supposed to be involved in it. They were supposed to give it up, but now it's like they're advertising it and stuff. I see it on the Paddy Power client, like, and yeah, I don't know, to be honest.
They've lowered the buy-in. It could be a really good event.
Yeah, it's €1,150, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's 1150. Yeah, I think there's $500,000 guarantee on it. Is there as well? Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think it's $500,000 guarantee.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good side events as well.
Yeah, there's a bit of a better side events. In other years, the side event structure to Irish Open used to be terrible. Like this year, it seems a lot better. Yeah, it could.
Worst case scenario, we'll have good crack at the bar.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Irish Open's
always quality.
Yeah, if the poker doesn't work out for you, there's always going to be a rowdy crowd at the bar for you. Anyway, keep you entertained if that's what you're into.
Then we'll be up to nearly spring championship for online poker time as well.
Scoop, yeah, have the dates been released for the Scoop?
I'm not sure, but I remember last year I messaged them and they got back to me with the dates early before it was released or whatever.
Cool, yeah, I think they usually release them early on 2+2 than they do on the client or whatever, so it's kind of out there.
The Scoops are fantastic with the low, medium, and high buy, and they're even better than the World Championships. Like I'm finding the World Championships very tough.
Yeah, they're tough, and the buy-ins, you know, there might be a tournament on, and it's a 500 rebuy, and it might be a bit out of your reach or whatever, and you're like, oh, but the Scoop, you can play the low, the mediums if the highs are too much for you. So
you've had a good bit of success at the World Championships anyway, not too bad.
Yeah, the W Cubes have been nice to me the last couple of years. I came second and third, I think, was it second and fourth?
Oh yeah, you and Gav were heads up.
Yeah, myself and Gavin Ayer. He beat me chopped actually 3 ways, I think, and then he beat me heads up. But that was still my biggest ever score on 9.
I came 12th then in the one you came third in then the following year.
Oh yeah, there was a load of Irish in that.
It's nasty.
Knockout or something, was it a 300 super knockout or something maybe?
Yeah, it was when the progressive super knockouts.
Progressive super knockout, yeah, that was they were back then. Yeah, it's interesting. I really like them. You know, even now I still think a lot of people are trying to solve and work out how much more, you know, because the bounties are constantly increasing. I think I like different dynamics to poker that isn't kind of figured out straight away. You have to kind of do a lot of thinking about it.
Yeah, and like you get good players gambling as well. You know, they're
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
think
for
you
the
get.
bounty.
I think you see even really good players making massive mistakes in them new kind of formats like the super knockouts. You know, maybe gambling too much to win a knockout.
Yeah,
3 tables left, or not gambling enough, just adjusting, like, you know. So yeah, I think they're really good tournaments.
they are very good. There's definitely a lot of value in them. I mean, there's still loads of value on stars, but it's all about putting in the volume. I find it
Yeah,
hard to play on the 5 different sites myself because I play so much turbos. But over
yeah,
the course of next year, I want to transition more to MTTs because I have been playing turbos for like 5 or 6 years, and you know,
yeah, yeah.
they're getting a bit repetitive. Like, even though I do love them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's quick fix turbos. Yeah, you don't want to commit to something, especially for recreational players. Again, like if you're sitting in at night, like I know a lot of people don't like playing poker tournaments because you're gonna be up till 3, 4 in the morning. You might be up for work till 7, or might be up for work at 7 or 8. So turbos, you can just jump in, quick fix, 2 or 3 hours, bang, you're finished.
The money's in the MTTs though. I think on a lot of the other sites like Party and 888 and stuff.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think there's good money still in tournaments compared to sitting goals and cash games. I never really played much cash games, so I can't really comment on them. But yeah, tournaments are always going to be appealing, I think, to people. You know, the chance of small amount of money to win a big amount, like $10, $12, you can win
Definitely.
thousands. Like, whereas you pay $10 sitting go to $10 cash game, you're just never going to win thousands. Like, so
Then
yeah.
you'll be off to Vegas for the summer, will you?
Yeah, no, just a couple of weeks. I never go to Vegas for long, and this year I definitely won't be going for long.
No.
No, I'm going to try to go for UFC 200 and the main event.
UFC 200. Oh, that
Yeah,
would be unbelievable.
yeah, UFC 200 is the 9th of July. I'm really hoping Jones is going to be fighting on it. I'm not sure though because he's fighting in April. He's like my hero in UFC.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never seen him fight. I met him actually in Vegas, and I was just starstruck.
I
That was
see the
cool.
photo. All right, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was the night of the Silva fight. I think Jones probably on a bender. Like I bumped into him, was like in shock. So that was cool. But I've never seen him fight. Like I really want to see him fight.
Who have you seen fight? And can you like explain? It's a bit embarrassing for me. I'm a big UFC fan. I've been watching it about 10 years, on and off.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have the luxury of staying up to watch them all on Saturday night. They're all spoiled for me by the time Sunday rolls around. So fuck you, spoiling UFC, you cunts. I would love to go over there, and I haven't even got to Vegas to play poker yet. But I'd love to get over there in the next 2 or 3 years and do the full, not the full series, but I've yet to play the main and stuff. You know, and get over there and see some
I
UFC.
really should. Like, yeah, it's like Tom's the same. Any poker player who's never kind of been to Vegas who likes playing live, and it's just this madness. You have to go over there. Like, it's not that expensive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like accommodation and stuff is cheap enough, very cheap actually over there. And like you can play smaller buy-ins. People are daunted, like massive big buy-in. The World Series events are obviously very big buy-ins, but you can play smaller events everywhere else. There's $200 and $300 tournaments, $500 tournaments, whatever you want. Like,
Find it hard with the heat. I can't handle the heat, mate.
yeah,
It's freezing in Pig's Kitchen.
you don't be outside much over there, so you don't have to worry about it. Like, you'd be
Yeah.
wrapped up in hoodies and jeans. Like, it's a bit ridiculous, to be honest. It's like 120 degrees outside and everyone's freezing in the poker room. Like, so that's the least of your worries. But yeah, it's an amazing place for poker, obviously, especially during the World Series and the UFC is on. And definitely recommend it. Like,
Yeah, what's the atmosphere like for the UFC? Who have you seen?
I've been at about 5 UFCs. I think my favorite one probably be Brock Lesnar and Shane Carwin. I was a big Lesnar fan. I was never into wrestling or anything. I actually don't like wrestling at all. But I don't know. I just had a lot of respect for Lesnar. Like, clearly, he wasn't doing it for the money. You know, he just came over to this thing. He just liked fighting. You know,
He's some animal, alright.
oh, he was a different beast altogether. Like, and he got absolutely. I don't know if you remember the fight. He got like absolutely fucking destroyed in the first round. It probably should have been. It wasn't. Well, it shouldn't. Not that should have been stopped. But a lot of referees would have stopped it because he had him on the ground. He was beating his head in. Like,
Yeah.
and it wasn't stopped. And the second round, he just came out like covered in blood, just smiling, like, you know, and was like, holy fuck. He ended up winning the fight in the second round, like, just unbelievable. And the crowd there was all cheering for Carwin, like, and I was up for Lesnar, so that was cool. I seen Silva as well, but it's time he broke his leg.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I was at the Silva fight when he broke his leg.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah, and the time then when Weidman knocked him out. So the two of them, yeah.
He's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, if you ever seen the
legend,
documentary,
like, yeah.
I think they need to throw in the towel though. Did you see the
Oh,
fight last week?
definitely. Yeah, I wasn't surprised at all, to be honest. I probably should have bet on Bisbin. Like, I was only saying to my friend a few weeks ago, like, do you all hang around? Like, look at what's he lost? Like, he's lost 3 of his last 4 fights now in a no contest.
Yeah, I read somewhere that he had to unlock like a 2 million contract or something by fighting 6 more times, and then he was out
Yeah.
injured. There's so much injuries in the UFC;
Yeah.
it's ruining it a lot.
Yeah.
I thought the fight was pretty close. I thought it was. I
Oh, it
don't know.
was, yeah. I can see how he kind of thought he won, but when you watch it again and you're fair with it, like, I mean, if they had another round, probably, if anyone was going to knock anyone out, it was going to be Silva. You know, he looked very comfortable. There wasn't much marking him. But Bisping definitely done enough. Like, he won the first 2 rounds. Definitely won the first 2 rounds.
Yeah,
I think he won the third or fourth. I'm not sure.
he got murdered in the fifth. I
Yeah, he got
thought.
murdered. But it wasn't, unless it's a 10-8 round. You know, they were all 10-9 rounds, and it was close. Like, it was a good fight to watch. Like, but
I hate the mouth guard when his mouth guard flew out. That was awful. Like for
yeah,
Bisbee.
that was a weird incident. I don't know what the ruling is there. Like,
Protect yourself at all times.
yeah,
I
that's what
mean,
I'm saying. Bisbee was kind of looking to Herb Dean as much as my mouth guard come out, and it's like tough shit. Like,
keep fighting.
yeah.
Fair play to Bisbing though to get the win. Like he
Oh
has
yeah,
to be like the best fighter to never get a title shot
yeah. Hats
because
off to
he
him,
lost versus Belfort and then he lost versus Chael Sonnen, and both times
yeah,
he
they
would have
were all
got a title
juiced to the
shot.
gills, like, you know what I mean. I think Bisping's very anti-steroids, like a lot of them. Like, I think Bisping or Belfort would have been on TRT at the time, and who else did you say lost it there?
He lost to Chael Sonnen then
Yeah,
as
Sonnen
well.
was juiced to the gills as well.
They're all.
Yeah,
Did you
you know what I
see
mean?
fucking Diaz was calling out everyone in the UFC basically being on steroids? Like it's a bit of a
Yeah.
crazy accusation to make.
Yeah, it's a bit of an overstatement. I mean, it's like saying, oh, all baseballers do everyone. Like, I mean, there's obviously a lot of steroid use in the UFC. It's like any athletics nowadays. But yeah, I don't know. It's obviously a lot of steroids going on. I wouldn't say everyone's doing them. Like, that's a bit of a ridiculous statement. Like,
I think he's been hit in the head a few too many
yeah,
times.
he's around a long time. Like,
The press conference was pretty funny. So it's only a couple of days away till the big one.
yeah, that should be good. It's a pity. It's not Dos Anjos, like, had to pull out again, but.
Do
Well,
you think he actually had a broken foot or is it a
I've
bruise?
no idea. Yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy theorists to be saying all sorts, and it's just annoying. Like, I think it's just because McGregor is such a high profile fighter now. We all think, oh, but like, I mean, it's happening all the time. Like, there a couple of weeks ago, Cerrone was supposed to be fighting someone and pulled out. It's happening all the time. Like, but the fights don't get as much media attention as the McGregor fights do, so kind of goes unnoticed. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say every single UFC card now there's a change. It mightn't be the main card, but one of the undercards within the last 3 weeks is like some fighter pulling out with an injury. It's a bit ridiculous. Like, it's a big problem. I don't know what they're going to do about it. Like, to be honest.
Do you think they gave the fight to the right guy considering how many like contenders they had? Like I think Diaz is a good fight to have.
Yeah, he's a big name, you know. I mean, everyone kind of knows Diaz. People who are kind of new to UFC on the McGregor bandwagon, they'll all know Diaz. Like, but he's definitely not a great fighter. Like, he's around a long time. He's well known, but I mean, there's definitely much tougher opposition they could have given him. It's a bit misleading as well. The fight being at 170, I think. Like, Diaz fights at 155 usually.
Yeah.
So by it being at 170, I think it's just because it was too short notice to make the cut, you know. So yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting times in the UFC anyway, moving up,
Is,
moving down.
Yeah, it's madness. It's fucking Jesus. Like, he could potentially be fighting in 3 different weights in the space of a year. I can't remember that ever being done. Like,
I don't think it's like sustainable to be moving from 170 to 145 though. If McGregor wants to keep the belt and be moving up and down all the time.
I mean, the 145 cut must kill him. But like, in fairness, like, the lads who are fighting at 170, like Rob Lawler and Rory McDonald and whoever, like, they're walking around with 200 pounds. You know, so it's all relevant. Like, the lads at 145 are generally walking around like probably 150, 160. As they move up, they're all way bigger. Like, so, like, I mean, if McGregor fighting at 170, he's naturally only like, well, he said he's 165, 170 now. So, but like, he'd be fighting lads that are walking around 170, cutting down to 170. So it is a big difference, you know.
They're the fights I want to see anyway. Rory McDonald, Carlos Condit, Robbie Lawler, all against McGregor, whatever. Thompson's sick as well, yeah.
Came out of nowhere like that. Hendricks fight was unbelievable. Like, I mean, McGregor and Thompson, I'd say, would be just, that would be an amazing fight to watch. Like,
there's a lot of up and coming stars. All right, did you see that Khabib Nurmagomedov, the Russian fella? He's 22-0.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's unbeaten. He already beat Dos Anjos. I tipped him to be the next lightweight champion. But McGregor is like throwing a spanner into the works. But yeah, he's up against Tony Ferguson. I actually thought when Dos Anjos pulled out that the perfect replacement would have been Khabib or Tony Ferguson, because they're scheduled to fight in April, I think it is.
Yeah,
so they're obviously both in camp. But I don't know. Khabib was tweeting saying he wanted to fight, and the UFC didn't give it to him. I don't know how much is true and who actually gets the final call and who they want to fight or whatever. But yeah, there was a lot of opponents he could have had, obviously. But Diaz tries to be kind of like an easy enough fight for him. Expecting, I don't know, I wouldn't write him off. Like, it's a big step up, you know. Diaz is big and rangy and awkward and good striking. If it goes to the ground, like, Diaz definitely has the upper hand. Like, Conor McGregor
has the reach advantage anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, but like striking, I mean, McGregor's clearly a way better technical striker. But if it goes to the ground, I'm saying Diaz has a huge upper hand. I don't know, but you see Diaz, he's too much of a brawler. He'll just want to stand and bang.
He's going to get caught, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a first round knockout, to be honest. But
I think McGregor could be too good for him. Like, definitely be interesting. I'm dying to see it. Like, you know, I wish the Aldo fight had went a bit longer. You know, we could have got to see what he's really, because there's still this kind of question mark about McGregor. Like, he looks amazing and everyone loves him and he's moving up weight divisions and he's just getting title fights. But we've never actually seen him really have a proper against, like, if he had a fought Dos Anjos and knocked out Dos Anjos in like the first, I would have been like, whoa, hats off.
Yeah.
Like, still that little question mark, you know. I wouldn't be like as gone on him as everyone else. I don't think. Like,
no,
I wouldn't be praising him as like, oh, one of the best pound for pound the way everyone is. It's like, no, he still has a bit to prove, I think.
I think he goes too far sometimes. Like the MMA speech thing, I didn't like that at all. Or there's certain times, I know sometimes he's having the crack or not. It's kind of hard to know.
It's hard to know like what's he like if you actually sat down with him. Some of the stuff he says, it's just insulting. He never stops going on about money, like, you know.
Yeah.
No, it's just, he rubs you up the wrong way a few times, like.
Of course.
People who are just driven by who want to fight. Like I said about Brock Lesnar, like there was someone, he was earning millions in the WWE. Like, I don't know what contract he was on, but and like they just have a passion for fighting. You know, it's not about money to them. Like, kind of admire people like that.
I think I admire him and I love him and he just motivates me. I just like watching the video. It's just someone that came from nothing and just the way he plays and stuff. I think that's the part I love about him.
You'd have to respect him and admire him. Like, when he first started going into UFC, like he's living in his parents' house, hasn't a washer, like don't even know the car. I heard him saying he barely had enough for the plane journey to Sweden. Like, it's an amazing story. Like,
he's robbing money for fight tickets. For
you know what I mean? Like, and then 2 years later, he has like probably tens of millions. Like, I don't know if he's made tens of millions yet, but he definitely will soon enough if he hasn't already. So
I'd say he's signing big contracts.
To the mainstream, like, you know. You just look at your Facebook feed now. A few years ago, it was just football constantly. No one had a clue. When I started watching UFC, very few people in Ireland anyway did. Now it's like every Tom, Dick, and Hardy is on the McGregor bandwagon. Like, so that's great. Like,
yeah, it is. It's just like the poker boom, say 10 years ago. It's like exactly, that's happening in UFC.
Yeah, like, UFC is happening now. Everyone, even women and all, are getting into it.
McGregor's just the catalyst, you know.
He is. Yeah, he's kind of the money maker of MMA, I suppose. Him and Ronda Rousey have really brought it to the mainstream, so that can only be good for.
Yeah. What do you think about the women's fight at the weekend now, Miesha Tate against Holly Holm or Miesha Tate?
Yeah. You have to fancy Miesha Tate the way she fought Rousey, like. But again, I don't know, different styles, you know, matches up. Like, I'd seen Miesha Tate's, or not Miesha Tate, sorry, Holly Holm's 2 fights before the Rousey fight. And they were kind of bigging her up for a future title shot or at Rousey, and I was thinking she hadn't got a chance, to be honest. Like, she looked really good technically, but it looked like there wasn't much behind her punches. She didn't stop either of her last 2 opponents before Rousey, I think. And I was just thinking, Rousey's going to just get in and just destroy her like usual, you know. So that was a massive shock, I think. So it'll be interesting, I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting anyway. I mean, if it goes to the ground, I see Miesha Tate has a good chance, but Holly Holm's never been taken down. If they keep it standing, that bitch be banging.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Wonderboy Thompson is a bit like the next Holly Holm. Like, if you just did you see Holly Holm's last 2 fights?
Yeah, I think I've seen one of them. I missed you.
Like, her first, she only had 2 fights in the UFC as far as I know. And her first fight, she could have lost. It was a split decision win.
Yeah.
And then her next fight, she obviously won well, and then all of a sudden she comes out and bashes Ronda Rousey. So that was like big surprise.
Didn't expect her to beat Ronda Rousey.
No,
savage.
Not, like, Jesus Christ. But I mean, did you see Wonderboy against Hendricks? I think that was like his big breakout fight. I'd seen him fighting a couple of times. He had like an amazing kickboxing record. He's like 53-0 apparently as a kickboxer.
Jesus.
Yeah, and same as Holly Holm, like, it's an unbelievable boxing record, but he kind of struggled at the start, I think, when they transitioned into MMA. But that was like after the win over Hendricks. Now I think you'd fancy Thompson to probably win that welterweight belt.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting division. Like, I mean, it's can't wait to see Lawler fight his next fight. Like, he's a lot of pressure on him now, even though he's the champion. Like, they're all going to be coming for him, you know.
Yeah, he's had some serious wars, hasn't he? Like, every fight is tough for him. I think Conor won the last fight. Like, what do you think?
I think it was very technical. I think if Condit was definitely the more technical fighter, but Lawler kind of edged him in the 5th, I thought. It was
Yeah, I don't
very,
know.
very close.
Like, with the scoring system, you have 10-9 rounds. I think Condit definitely won 3 rounds. I watched it a few times, and I was like, I think it's a bad decision, to be honest. I think he just got it because he was the champion. Like,
I don't really like the scoring system. Do you think they need to do something about that?
yeah, I don't know what he should do, but it seems like there's a few holes in it already.
Nunes, do you know the other girl, Nunes versus Shevchenko, is on that card as well?
Yeah, I don't know fuck all about them, to be honest now.
No, I've seen that Nunes one fight before. She's vicious.
Yeah,
And Tom Lawler, I like him as well.
yeah, and Diego Sanchez and Jim Miller. He's always entertaining.
That's on the prelims, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the main event of the prelims. Like, Diego Sanchez is class. He's a warrior. Like, he's past it now, but he's great to watch.
He's a serious fighter.
Entertaining, yeah.
He'll fight anyone, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a great card anyway. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, I know that you're big into TV and film as well.
Yeah.
You must have been delighted to see Leonardo finally get an Oscar.
Yeah, about time. Like,
The Revenant's really good. I just
Yeah, it's
downloaded American Crime Story? Some new on HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't never heard of it. Cool, must check it out.
I think John Travolta's in it, and the first season is about the OJ case.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, America Crime Stories, I think it's called.
Recommendation. Yeah, I'll check that out.
Definitely. I like It's Always Sunny as well.
Yeah, that's
seasons.
class. Yeah, I'm only in like season 3 of that or something. I started watching it recently.
Yeah, it's nice and relaxing there when you finish.
Easy watching,
the grind,
like
20 minutes.
Yeah, quick 20 minutes. Like, it's not like the usual hour longs.
I only got around to watching Black Mass last night. It's a pretty good film as well.
Yeah, that's cool as well. Did you watch Vinyl yet?
What is it?
Vinyl. Martin Scorsese's new TV show.
No, I definitely have to check that out. I know you love Scorsese.
Yeah, he's a legend. Like,
that's brilliant. We lost another legend this week with fucking Frank Kelly or whatever.
Yeah, Father Jack.
Absolutely love Father Ted. Brilliant.
Yeah, it was class. Yeah, it was real class. Yeah.
So I guess we better start grinding soon. I won't ask you too many more questions. I originally was going to have 2 guests on this episode, but you were that interested, Mick. You know, I think I just have to put you out as one episode.
Yeah. What happened to the house, the DJ?
He's that interesting. I might give him his own episode as well. You know.
Yeah, you might as well drag it over.
I'm delighted to be finally getting the ball rolling for the podcast. Anyway.
That's cool, man.
Any ideas of who guests I should get on, or anyone you'd like to see?
I don't know. To be honest, no one in particular. It depends what you're looking for. Maybe even try a poll. Pick up a few names. Polls on Twitter and stuff seem to be getting popular.
I'm open to suggestions anyway. I have options now, and options are good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I might get Lucky Mo on there, a good friend of yours. He's absolutely crushing there at the minute.
Yeah, he's on fire the last few days.
Yeah. John O'Shea maybe. I have a few other ideas that are not poker related, but I can't be giving away all my secrets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So thanks a million for joining us anyway, Mick. I really appreciate it.
No bother, Dan.
And
anytime.
Guys, if you're ever looking for a bit of crack and you see a tall man at any of the poker bars, Mick's your man. If he's not there, he's probably banging on your hotel room anyway, looking for a party.
That's it.
So see you in the next cartoon, sir. Mind yourself.
Yeah. Cool, go on, look, Dan.
Stay in school, bud.
Cheers. Thanks for having us.
See you now. That's going to pretty much do it for episode 2 of the Pigs Kitchen podcast. Join me next time where I will finally be catching up with Steve Baker, aka Ninja Tips, and see what else I've got cooking in my kitchen. And now to end the podcast, I have a sexy track from Robert Molloy called Reflection. I find this to be a beautiful, soft piece of music, perfect for those days you want to stick your head through a wall. You can find all of Robert Molloy's tracks on SoundCloud. Hope you enjoy, guys. I'm Dan Rankin. You've been a great audience.